Hello and welcome back to Factorio. We have more stuff just came in because I saw Muse Dash just released, which gave a bunch of things. Accumulators, I don't know if we can do that yet. We have advanced oil processing and our next science. So since we're doing oil today anyway, the plan was to get sulfur and plastics going. So I guess the very first thing we're actually going to do is switch over to our advanced oil processing and get that going. But out of curiosity, we have everything we should need for that. Can we make this? Well, heavy oil we just got the ability to do. There's stone bricks finally being used for something. Grenades. Can I make grenades? I can. The light oil barrel and water barrel, though, those are two things I'm not sure about. Because I still don't have fluid handling. Which is annoying. And actually, because I don't have fluid handling, maybe I don't want to go over to advanced oil processing. Because that's going to be something when we don't have... Let's make sure I have decent numbers of things. Let's just grab some more resources so I can craft if I forgot something. But yeah, it's going to be annoying dealing with the advanced oil because we're going to have a whole bunch of different outputs. And we might not have... the ability to store all those outputs, which means the entire system might just crash. Do I need steel as well? I probably grabbed way more resources than I need. Let's just... that. Okay. That should help me if I need to craft anything by hand. Unless the things that I'm crafting by hand require stone brick. So... which just occurred to me because we are dealing with... Let's grab 200 of those. We are dealing with oil here. And yeah, 10 stone bricks for the refineries. It's produced in a chemical plant, so I guess that wasn't actually an issue, but wanted to have the ingredients just in case. We do have petroleum gas already, and with the basic output, all we have is petroleum gas as an output. So this, requiring heavy oil, I feel like that's not really feasible until I have fluid handling. And I can't do light oil barrels or water barrels either, so that's fine. This is just petroleum gas and coal, and this is just petroleum gas and water. So these two things are actually fine. Which means... Actually, I don't even need to come down here. So I already got the gas up here. I was just going to do all of my oil processing down here, but then I just realized I'm going to have to send huge long belts of sulfur and plastic back up. I could just cut out the belt by crafting this up by the factory, which sounds like a much smarter idea. Maybe it's about time to actually use a hint in this game. Get that fluid handling discovered. Because that's been an annoyance for quite a while. Okay, so we do have coal here. I don't really want to draw off of that. I mean, I would be effectively drawing off of it no matter how it goes. Actually, this is something I've been meaning to do for a while, so let's just do this. A lot of coal. We're gonna reverse. We're just gonna use solid fuel here. And if it decides to use coal instead of solid fuel, that's fine. It'll eventually consume it. I think it'll prioritize what it's currently got as a fuel source. So eventually it should get through all that coal, and then we'll actually be using our solid fuel for something. Alright, so we need... Well, I was gonna say we need petroleum gas over here, but how far up is it going? It's just going directly into this. So we could just send it off here, and that way science has priority, but then we can also have it attached in this area for plastic and sulfur. Seems reasonable enough to me. Notice my ammo is looking a little bit low. Let's just grab 2 more stacks of that. Alright, so, planning. Where does black science go? Probably over here. Because we will have a belt coming in this way with black and blue on it. So it makes sense to have... Because coming in this way, it's just so cluttered. So coming in from the left to the right, got a lot of space, I can build over here. Which just means basically that this space and everything up here is fine for whatever I want to do. So let's start with sulfur. I can't even do sulfuric acid because I don't... I mean, I can, but I don't have the... I don't have fluid handling, which is going to make it annoying. Okay, so this... I probably want plastic as the 4th thing on this belt, and then the stone, this is stuff that's not used as commonly. So let's put... let's actually, before we do that... Let's clear out these trees, we're going to put sulfur right here. That's as far up as I'm going to clear. Okay. So with this blueprint... I guess we'll just do it like this. That's fine. So I need 8 chemical plants. I don't think I have any of those. That sounds like a release. Stardew Valley release. That explains why there's so many items still. Well, GG. Okay, there's sulfur. I'm just gonna hit Q twice to deselect and reselect in order to make sure I have all the orientations right for this. This is a blueprint that I quite like. I'm pretty sure I came up with this one. These blueprints are so old that I don't really remember which ones are entirely original to me. But I remember tinkering with this one quite a bit. So this is our petroleum line. Which comes in here. And that leaves us with our water, which does something weird in the middle here. And that connects to water. This is petroleum getting in here. Okay. Right, and I like this one because of the rotational symmetry, just having all the orientations everywhere, and it looks like that's everything. So I don't actually have water, do I? Water is easy enough to get, I just need to drag a pipe over. Yeah, can't quite go. Can't quite go all the way, but there we go. Petroleum gas everywhere. Water. I guess this is the closest. Well, there's this. Okay. I can never remember where the offshore pump is. It's not something you build that much. You tend to have like one at the very beginning of the game, and then you just don't use them a whole lot afterwards. Okay, while we're in the area, let's grab more pipe. That's more than we need. Probably still more than we need. I guess it makes the most sense to come up here. Because I'm not using this space for anything. We're gonna have a belt there. It makes the most sense to do that. There we go. And below 50 already. That was more than a full stack of underground belts just to get the water here. And we have sulfur. Arguably the less important of our options, but we will use it for explosives, which is coal and also water. Good that we have that there. And for explosives, we just needed that for landmines, but I guess we can worry about sorting that out once we start working on black science. In the meantime, the other really important thing to get sorted out right now is plastic. Which is just petroleum gas, I believe. Oh, coal. Well, let's just put that in the middle here. Oh, electric pole's in the way. Ah. So for this, we'll just get the petroleum set up. Figure out what I want to do with these ends. We do something like that. There we go. That should put petroleum everywhere. And now we have two belts. The input is coal. The output is plastic, obviously. Water pipe is awful. Little corner, just getting in the way every time. Okay, and I'm just using these power poles probably because I didn't have access to, well, okay, no, it's just more convenient. That looks awful. Alright, so this is coal. Coal comes in here. Thought I was being careful, and apparently I still screwed it up. Coal comes in here. Can I just do this? Will that work? Yes. They all have plastic. Okay, that worked. We have plastic. Let's do one more of these. Alright, we have plastic. We also can have plastic going down this way. I'm not sure if that's actually useful. Looks like it's not, but oh well. Okay, so with sulfur and plastic done, is there anything else that I should be trying to get done before I go on to black science? There is this nonsense, which is a very specific length, because I wanted one output belt of red circuits, I believe is what this is. Having red circuits would be good. Well, maybe we'll just, do I want to do this? This requires red belts for inputs, and assembling machine 2s. Two things that I don't have. Maybe we'll just leave the blueprint here for now. Probably not terribly interesting to throw together anyway, so I'll probably just put this one together on my own. The thing is, having some red circuits would be really nice right now, because there was something I wanted. Armor upgrade? I mean, if I'm not doing this scale of red circuit, I'm not really going to do electric furnaces. Yeah, if I'm not doing this scale, I can actually just handcraft 30 red circuits and it'll be fine. Alright, so we'll wait on that until we have the right parts. Hint, fluid handling. Okay, that is in somebody's Kingdom Hearts game. How am I doing on my hint points? I can do one more hint if I want to. Every 15% of the tech that I've done is worth a hint. This is going to take forever. This is why we don't handcraft thread circuits generally. But if it's just for a one-time thing like a suit of armor, I think it's okay. No, recipe. Oh. There we go. Okay, so this is going to be... relatively short, I guess, because I don't want to... I'm anticipating the Black Science being its own episode. I guess one thing I can do here, actually, is I can show how I'm going to hook up the steel. Because we did set up the trains last time, but we're not using them. So, iron ore into the steel. Probably want to leave at least 6 here, just in case. We are doing 6 lines out, which I doubt we will be. So how many of these have I got? I've got this iron coming in. We go 1, 2... well, these don't hook in that way because I've set this up. It's really hard to tell because if, without the steel consuming in, we don't know when we have to fold the other ones in necessarily. But basically, well, first of all, let's just replace this. One, two, three, 4 in the middle. Ah, I'm going to unload it because we're actually moving the ore again. The trains are doing what they're supposed to do. We do something like that. Input priority to the left. And then we just kind of do stuff like that. So it'll always send everything here, but the remains go in here, and eventually this will run down. I might as well just hook all these up then, because this, theoretically, if it's running at full capacity, it does require a full line of ore for every one of these steel arrays. It means the steel is kind of getting in the way. I did sort of like how this was set up, but... oh, right. Let's just move this over because it'll be easier. Went over further than I need to, probably. I guess we are removing all of this. Inventory is getting awfully full. Because each of these outputs is 1/5 of a belt. Which is why this is set up the way that it is. There we go. And it's just gonna keep being like this. Which I think means that we have one line that we're not using out of the 6. Hmm. Should be one more here. Wait. No, this was right. Okay, and that should fix up the iron ore situation. I'm a little bit confused as to why I'm using 6 lines. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Right, so this excess here is to ensure that we still have enough for the 6th down here. Okay. And I guess we don't really need this this line here. I'm gonna leave this belt in case. Actually, what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna reverse this belt. And I can put the 6th line of iron ore just into here, maybe. So that way, if I need iron for anything in my factory, I'm not relying on my starting patch anymore. This I did actually reverse. You know what, let's just delete this. It'll be easier that way. Alright, so how am I gonna hook this into here? This is a little bit awkward. Do that. Okay. What a mess. Alright, well, we have this sorted out now. So we're now no longer just drawing from here, because this, we can see some of these miners are already dying. There is more here, but this is where the overwhelming majority of the iron is going to come from, especially when we consider that we have even more we're not touching. Electric energy distribution, that could be another thing I could hint. So this line coming down here is really unnecessary. This is assuming that I'm going to use stuff after this. It's unnecessary, but I think it's fine to do something like this. Like so. Yeah, I had a feeling that was going to reverse. And that should get our iron back going to the base. Okay, and I think that's enough then. So we'll do Black Science next time. I will see you then.